Miami, sun-soaked beaches, and a nightlife that never sleeps. That's the postcard image.
Very much, yeah.
But you, our listener, sent us a fantastic stack of sources on the Magic City, and believe me, there's a whole universe of experiences waiting to be unpacked, way beyond those typical cliches.
That's right. We've delved into a really interesting mix here. We've got local insights, those invaluable Google reviews that give you the street-level view, and some really fascinating first-hand travel accounts, too.
So our mission isn't just, like, listing things to do.
No, exactly. It's to really get under the skin of Miami, whether you're actually planning a visit, maybe heading there for business, or you're just curious about what makes this city pulse.
Okay.
We're talking art that just explodes from the walls, nature that can take your breath away, a cultural fusion that's really unlike anywhere else.
Right.
And yeah, a healthy dose of adventure, too.
Okay, let's dive into this first idea then. Miami as a cultural gateway. The sources really hit hard on its role as a connection point to Latin America, Cuba, Colombia, the Caribbean, keep coming up.
Yeah.
This isn't just about geography, is it? It feels like a living, breathing thing that's shaped the city.
Absolutely. And what's so compelling is just how deep that connection goes,
How so?
Well, it's not just that Miami sits geographically close. It's been fundamentally shaped by waves of migration, ongoing cultural exchange.
You can probably hear it on the streets.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
You see it woven into the language, the incredible food scene, the music, it's the overall energy. It's a truly unique kind of cultural mix.
And for someone wanting to experience that directly, the sources keep pointing towards neighborhoods like Little Havana.
Yeah, that's the place.
It sounds like stepping into another world almost right in the middle of Miami.
It absolutely is. Little Havana offers this incredibly rich sensory experience. You're just immediately surrounded by the sounds of Spanish, the smells of authentic Cuban food.
The coffee.
Right. And the traditions that have been brought there and are still thriving. It's such a vital part of Miami's identity.
All right, let's maybe steer away from the sand for a bit, because Miami's appeal is clearly way more than just beaches. The art and performance scene sounds, well, electric.
It really is.
Miami Art Week, for instance, one source called it an epic week. What makes it live up to that kind of hype?
Well, I think what truly makes Miami Art Week stand out is just the sheer scale of it and the energy it creates.
So it's not just in one convention center?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It spills out across the entire city. It pulls in a global audience, art lovers, serious collectors, cutting-edge creators. It really becomes this focal point for contemporary art, a huge celebration of creativity.
And it sounds like you find this energy in specific areas. Wynwood Arts District, the Miami Design District, they keep popping up as places for fairs and gallery events.
Exactly. Those districts basically transform during Art Week. They become these vibrant hubs. Pop-up shows appear in weird places. Established galleries unveil their big exhibitions. And there's just this incredible buzz of artistic exploration happening everywhere. And then, of course, you have the main event, Art Basel Miami Beach.
Right there on the beach. That's different for a major art fair.
It is.
The source mentions it's also a good chance to see local artists, which sounds great.
Yeah, that mix of top-tier international art with the iconic kind of laid-back Miami Beach setting is definitely part of Art Basel's unique appeal.
Creates an interesting dynamic.
For sure. Maybe makes the art world feel a little more accessible, more integrated into the city's whole vibe.
Now, as someone who loves a good mural, Wynwood Walls sounds like an absolute must-see.
Oh, totally.
Stunning works of art by artists from all over, and the source points out Miami's long history of street art. So this isn't just a recent thing.
Not at all. Wynwood Walls has become this truly iconic outdoor gallery. It's constantly changing, getting refreshed with new murals, thought-provoking stuff.
Right.
And the fact that the sources mention the city's history with street art just shows this is deeply ingrained in Miami's artistic expression. It reflects the diverse culture, the urban landscape.
Okay, shifting gears a bit to more traditional performing arts. The Adrian Arshtet Center sounds like a real powerhouse.
It is.
A destination fit for anyone who loves performances. And being home to the Miami City Ballet and the Florida Grand Opera, that says a lot.
It really does. The Arshtet Center is a vital hub for world-class performing arts in Miami. It hosts its own amazing resident companies, like the ballet and opera. But it also brings in touring Broadway shows, performances by the New World Symphony. It offers this incredibly diverse range of cultural experiences.
And the building itself, designed by Frank Gehry.
Yeah, I mean, that name alone tells you something, right? Groundbreaking design. It makes the building itself a destination.
And the source says book tickets ahead. Sounds popular.
Absolutely. Definitely a good tip. It's a very popular venue.
Okay, so for those moments when you need a break from the Florida sun, maybe soak in some culture indoors, the sources paint Miami as a real museum lover's dream destination.
Yeah, there are some fantastic options.
Where should we even start?
Well, the Philip and Patricia Frost Museum of Science seems like a great place to begin. A massive aquarium, live science experiments, inspiring exhibits. It sounds like it really sparks curiosity, very hands-on.
Sounds good for all ages.
Exactly.
And then there's the History Miami Museum. It's a Smithsonian affiliate, which, carries some weight.
It does.
Dedicated to the story of the city itself, even featuring memorabilia from the city's moments in film. That's kind of a fun angle.
Absolutely. History Miami gives you that crucial context for understanding how the city evolved, its unique character. The Smithsonian link speaks volumes about the quality.
Right.
And yeah, the film memorabilia makes history maybe a bit more engaging, more accessible.
For modern art fans, the Perez Art Museum, Miami, PAM, looks like the spot. Focusing on modern art, everything from murals and sculptures to unique visual displays. The source wisely says set aside several hours.
Yeah, you'd need it.
Yeah.
PAM's focus on 20th and 21st century art, especially works from the Americas and the Caribbean, makes it really relevant for Miami's cultural landscape.
Lots of variety.
For sure. Different mediums, ensuring a rich experience, something for pretty much everyone.
Now let's take a step back in time. The Vizcaya Museum and Gardens sounds completely captivating.
Oh, Vizcaya is incredible.
Spanish-style architecture, manicured gardens, awe-inspiring art, built back in 1914 by James Deering. Frescoes from Italy, over 70 rooms filled with elaborate artifacts. It sounds like a European estate just dropped into Miami.
That's kind of what it is. What makes Vizcaya so fascinating is the vision behind it. James Deering, this industrialist, basically wanted to create this super opulent European-style villa for his winter home, bringing bits of the Italian Renaissance right into the tropics. The scale, the detail, Italian frescoes, that huge collection of artifacts, it really speaks to the ambition of that era, creating beauty and grandeur in this, unique setting.
And it's not just the house, right? The source raves about the tropical gardens, mazes, rare plant life, and this David A. Klein orchidarium with tons of exotic orchids.
Absolutely. The gardens are just as important as the house. They offer this beautiful, peaceful contrast to the architecture.
You could spend a whole day just on the grounds.
Easily. The diversity of the plants, including that amazing orchid collection, really highlights the natural beauty of the region. It's this wonderful blend of European design and tropical nature.
Okay, let's switch from culture to nature itself. The Everglades National Park, the source, calls it a must-visit destination if you love nature.
It really is.
Encompassing a staggering 1.5 million acres of protected wilderness. That's huge. What makes this ecosystem so special?
What's truly remarkable about the Everglades is its unique setup. It's basically a vast, slow-moving river system, a wetland unlike almost anywhere else.
Creating a unique habitat.
Exactly. Rich and diverse, supporting an incredible range of wildlife. Like the source mentions, kayaking through those mangrove swamps gets you incredibly close.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Spotting alligators and manatees.
Right, in their natural environment. It's an intimate way to experience it.
Kayaking through mangrove tunnels. Almost surreal. And seeing gators and those gentle giants, the manatees, up close. Unforgettable, I bet.
Definitely.
The source also mentions seeing herons resting on the salt marshes. It paints such a peaceful picture.
It does. The Everglades offer a chance to connect with nature on a really fundamental level. You've got different habitats within the park, dense mangrove forests, expansive sawgrass prairies.
Each with its own feel.
Yeah, distinct beauty and wildlife viewing opportunities. And you can do ranger-led tours or even adventurous stuff like swamp walking if you're up for it. Really delve deep.
For maybe more structured wildlife encounters, there's Zoo Miami, a sprawling 750-acre zoo.
It's massive.
Home to rare animals and exciting year-round events, including something called the Donos Among Us exhibit. Intriguing. What kind of animals are we talking?
Well, Zoo Miami's size allows for really spacious enclosures, designed to mimic natural habitats for animals from all over the world.
Like?
You can expect iconic African species,
Yeah.
elephants, lions, chimpanzees, Also fascinating creatures like anacondas and a huge collection of birds. American flamingos, toucans.
Cool. And that Donos exhibit.
Yeah, that likely focuses on a specific theme or animal group, adding another layer of interest.
And it sounds like it's not just animals. The source also mentions rare palms and Florida native flora, butterfly gardens, the wings of Asia aviary, almost like a botanical garden mixed in.
Exactly. Zoo Miami gets that connection between animals and their environments. They aim for a more complete picture of biodiversity.
So the plants enhance the experience.
Yeah, and it's a great chance to learn about Florida's native plant life and the animals' habitats, too.
Now, okay, we have to talk about Miami's beaches. Can't avoid it.
Of course not.
But the source makes a good point. There's way more than just South Beach, nearly 20 miles of coast, each with its own thing going on.
Right.
Let's head north first. Surfside Beach, known for diving to offshore reefs with colorful coral and fish. That sounds like a totally different vibe from the party beaches, doesn't it?
It absolutely is. Surfside offers a more tranquil, nature-focused beach experience. The diving, exploring those underwater ecosystems with vibrant coral and fish. That's a big draw for people interested in the ocean's beauty.
A good alternative if you want something more relaxed.
Definitely. A great coastal escape.
Moving slightly south, we hit North Beach, home to the Miami Beach Bandshell live music stage.
Ah, the bandshell.
Sounds like a cool way to end a beach day, right? Live music under the stars.
Yeah, North Beach strikes a nice balance between relaxation and local culture. The bandshell is a real community hub, hosts all sorts of live music, local bands, touring acts, adds a nice cultural layer to the beach scene.
And then, inevitably, we arrive at the legendary Miami Beach and South Beach.
The icons.
The source acknowledges the magic and the crowds, suggests maybe strolling around Loomis Park for classic Miami people watching.
Yep, that's the spot.
It's a quintessential Miami beach scene everyone imagines, isn't it?
Absolutely. Miami Beach and South Beach, that's the image. The vibrant energy, the stunning Art Deco buildings lining Ocean Drive, the constant buzz.
Yeah.
It creates this totally unique atmosphere. Loomis Park, right on the ocean front, perfect place to soak it all in.
Speaking of South Beach, the source really emphasizes it's a historical district. There's depth beyond just the sand, nightclubs, restaurants, bars, endless nightlife.
That's a really crucial point about South Beach. Its identity is so tied up with its history, its incredible architecture.
The Art Deco stuff.
Yeah, the Art Deco Historic District, those pastel buildings telling stories from the 20s and 30s, that's a huge part of its charm. It's where history and modern culture just collide in this really fascinating way.
And it sounds like you can almost do a walking tour through history. Seeing over 800 historic buildings, hotels like the Beacon South Beach, those glamorous celebrity spots like the Villa Casa Casuarina, the Delano South Beach.
Exactly. It's like an open-air architectural museum. These buildings aren't just pretty. They represent a major period in American design, reflecting that enduring Miami glamour.
And many are still hotels.
Right, which adds to the experience. You can literally step back in time.
And then after that stroll along Loomis Park, as the sun goes down, South Beach turns into this legendary nightlife hub.
Oh, yeah.
The energy must be something else.
It absolutely is. Day shifts to night, and the focus moves to the restaurants, the entertainment, and, yeah, the world-famous nightlife. It becomes this vibrant playground for people from all over looking for excitement.
Now, for folks looking to either ramp up the adrenaline or find some serious calm, Miami seems to offer both extremes.
It does cater to both, yeah.
Let's talk thrill and relaxation. On the relaxation side, the source highlights Miami's world-famous spas. Where should you go to unwind?
Well, the Carillon Miami Wellness Resort in North Beach sounds like a classic choice for that luxurious spa experience. It mentions its thermal hydrotherapy circuit and deep tissue massages.
Sounds very traditional, indulgent.
Right. But then, for something maybe a bit different, there's Tierra Santa Healing House. Offers a more holistic experience, and it has one of the largest hammams in the U.S.
A hammam, like a Turkish bath.
Exactly. That sounds like a really immersive, culturally rich way to relax. Tierra Santa takes a different approach, drawing on older healing traditions. The hammam offers this unique, therapeutic environment for body and mind.
Okay, now for the thrill seekers, Miami is called a dream destination for ocean lovers.
Sure.
Deep-sea fishing tours going after massive fish like swordfish and tuna. That sounds intense.
It definitely caters to those who love the excitement of offshore fishing. The idea of battling, maybe landing, a huge game fish like a swordfish or tuna, that's a big draw. for anglers, experienced or adventurous beginners.
And if wrestling giant fish isn't quite your thing,
Heck yeah.
there are tons of other ways to get on the water. Exploring offshore reefs by scuba diving or just renting jet skis, kayaks, or even surfboards.
Right. Plenty of options.
And then there's parasailing. Getting those bird's eye views of the downtown skyline, that's a unique perspective.
Miami's coastal location just makes it a haven for water activities. Whether you want underwater wonders or surface thrills, there's something for every skill level. And yeah, parasailing gives you that unforgettable aerial view, showing off the city's blend of urban sprawl and coastal beauty.
Finally, let's touch on the festivals and flavors. Miami sounds like it's always celebrating something.
Pretty much.
The source mentions a calendar packed with world-renowned festivals throughout the year. Music, art, fashion, culture. Miami Beach Pride in April gets a nod as a big one.
Yep, very popular.
And then there's Ultra Music Festival for the electronic music fans. Sounds like the city's always buzzing.
Miami's year-round festival schedule really reflects its diverse, high-energy spirit. These events pull in huge crowds from all over, create this incredible atmosphere of excitement. Great way to experience the city's cultural vibrancy.
And we can't forget the food. Award-winning restaurants and bars are apparently everywhere,
The food scene is amazing.
including Michelin-starred places like the 2-star L'Atelier de Joël Robuchon, Miami. Wow.
Yeah, it's definitely got high-end options.
And international flavors. Colombian at El Cielo, Miami. Japanese like Hidden or Shingo. Miami sounds like a true foodie melting pot.
It absolutely is. The culinary scene is incredibly diverse, sophisticated, just like the city's multicultural makeup. From super fine dining to authentic neighborhood spots, there's just endless choice. The Michelin stars really cement its status as a global food destination.
And of course, talking food in Miami means circling back to Little Havana,
You have to.
specifically for its Cuban mainstays. The source basically says you must order a Cuban coffee and a Cuban sandwich.
It's practically a requirement, isn't it?
Sounds like it. A rite of passage.
Absolutely. Getting those authentic Cuban flavors in Little Havana is just essential. The coffee, the sandwich, they're iconic. A delicious, real taste of the city's vibrant cultural heritage.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, it's really clear Miami offers this incredibly rich, multi-layered experience. It stretches so far beyond just sun and sand. You've got world-class art, cultural institutions, the amazing nature of the Everglades, that dynamic food scene. There's a real depth here that rewards exploring.
Precisely. What comes through from all these sources is a picture of a city with just so many layers: history, culture, art, nature. It's a place where you can dive into loads of different worlds, all in a relatively compact, beautiful area.
So for you, our listener, as you've journeyed with us through Miami, what aspect really grabbed you? Is it the art, the nature, the culture, maybe something else entirely? What sparks your imagination and makes you want to take your own deeper dive?
Yeah, that's the question to ponder. What part of the Magic City calls to you?